Just keeping up to it because they just scored 2 runs. I'd make it 3-1 and we're in the bottom of the first inning. 3-1 to Canterbury. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Fraser Park Ballpark here for the 2024 Softball Under-19 National Championships. We're in Game 6 here on Diamond 1 at Fraser Park. We've got Canterbury in their black and red strip taking on Hawke's Bay in their white, red and black strip. Currently we are in the bottom of the first innings. We've got Canterbury who are starting their inning very strongly after Hawke's Bay scored 1 run in the top of the first innings. Canterbury have come back very strongly and have now recorded 3 runs. So they lead the ball game very early in this one, 3-1.
Ball inside.
Up to bat for Canterbury at the moment is number 5, Dane Jorgensen. And we have, I will just give you quickly the lineups for Canterbury while we're going through the ins and outs of this one. As we see the
foul ball!
Bunt drop there, so we'll quickly start at the top of the order for Canterbury. Was Hapani Kumiroa. He was followed by Raylan Barnes, Jaden Potts, then Nokai DeMelmarch, Carmai O'Connell, then Sovereign Tiharua Bar, Dane Jorgensen, followed by number 10, Joey Flynn, and number 7, Fergus Simcott. That completes the Canterbury batting lineup here in the bottom of the first inning. We'll quickly go through the fielding side.
3 balls.
Hawke's Bay out at right field, Bryce Simpson, Adrian Dixon at centre field, Te Marangai Lamont Milner at left field, Noah Rogers at shortstop. In the hot corner we've got Boston Schoon Walters. Second base, TK Nuku Barnes. Cassius Solomon at first base. On the hill for Hawke's Bay, Errol McLaren. And he's throwing to catcher,
3 balls,
McCormick.
2 strikes.
Currently on Dane Jorgensen, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And quite a busy start to this ball game. Canterbury leading it 3-1. Bit of overcast. It's quite warm here. Weather's not really a factor at the moment. It's a little bit of breeze. Nothing that's going to bother anybody. Beautiful day here at Fraser Ballpark, in other words. Hutt Valley Softball Association have put on a magnificent venue once again, beautifully presented. There's a hit hard to shortstop. The out is going to be taken there, and that'll complete the first innings. Nice job done there at shortstop to first base for the out. Canterbury leading this ball game after the completion of the first innings, 3-1. I'll be back with more in just a minute. Thank you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the second innings now. Canterbury taking on Hawke's Bay here in the 2024 Under-19 Softball National Championships. Fraser Park Ballpark it is. We've got Canterbury out there in the field right now. And we'll quickly run through their defensive lineup. as we see the ball go through to the back of the net. Defensively now for Canterbury out at right field is Nokai Demelmunch. Fergus Simcott at centre field, Dane Jorgensen at left. The shortstop is Hapini Kumiro. Kamai O'Connell at third base. Second base, Joey Flynn. Raylan Barnes at first base. Phoenix Wardell doing the pitching to catcher Jaden Potts. Batting wise for Hawke's Bay. In there right now we have number 18, Cruz Hapuku, but we will go from the top of the order. And their leadoff hitter is Bryce Simpson. TK Nuku Barnes comes in at number 2. Noah Rogers after that. Batting at number 4 spot is Boston Schoon Walters, followed by Adrian Dixon, Cruz Hapuku, and Cassius Solomon, followed by number 13, Caden McCormick. Rounding out their order is number 35, Te Mairangai Lamont Milner. That is your lineups for this ball game, ladies and gentlemen. As we see the pitch go, another pitch go to the back net from young Phoenix Wardell.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Strike!
There's a nice job. Nice drop ball right over the middle of the plate, that one. Strikes out the leadoff hitter for Hawke's Bay in this one. Cruz Hapuku becomes the first out. Number 2, Cassius Solomon will be up.
Yeah, that's just good, that one. I wouldn't go any lower on that tall batter, though.
Next for Hawke's Bay.
Yeah. Strike!
Nice lead-off pitch. Wardell with a little bit of throws a decent amount of gas. He looks to have a good movement on his drop ball. That was a nice outside rise to record the strike on the lead-off pitch. And this time he gets the batter swinging on a very nice spot on the inside of the plate.
2 strikes.
So you've got a decent sort of a battery operating there for Canterbury, with Jaden Potts at catcher.
Strike!
And this time, Wardell wastes no time in striking out number 2, Cassius Solomon. Number 13, Caden McCormick, he'll be up to bat for Hawke's Bay now, and it's a strong start in the second innings for Canterbury. 2 strikeouts. That one high and outside. We've just had a pretty good game prior to this, which was Manawatu taking on the Might of Hutt Valley. Good game for 4 innings. The scores were all locked up at 3 apiece before Hutt Valley made no run of it in the next 3 innings and wound out winners of that one by 19 runs to 3. Really did come to the party in the 5th and 6th innings with their power batting display.
2 balls, 1.
Which at one stage saw them record back-to-back-to-back triple hitters, if that's the way to put it. Don't often see that.
Inside.
3 base hits, back-to-back-to-back. In the end, making no run of it over Manawatu.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Looking forward to seeing what both of these teams bring to the ballpark as far as their various strengths and attributes. We're already seeing Canterbury start very strongly out on the hill. Pitching with
3 balls,
nice
2
velocity
strikes.
is Phoenix Wardell.
Strike!
Here we go. Wardell gives the head flick, loses the hat, still records the strike for 3 straight Ks in a row. It's a nice job by him to end the top of the second innings, and that'll see Hawke's Bay come back out onto the mound for the bottom of the second, trailing in this one to Canterbury by 3 runs to 1. We'll be back in just a minute with more action here at Fraser Ballpark.
up to now?
Probably working on his career.
Oh. What are you up to, Matai?
Reversing.
Have you got your ticket?
Yep. I start a new job driving a forklift on Monday.
I thought you worked in an office.
Don't limit yourself, Brian. It's never too late to make smarter choices. How's Karen?
Take control of your career with Trade Staff.
Got a better. Play.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In the bottom of the second innings now. Here on Diamond 1 at Fraser Park Ballpark, we've got Canterbury taking on Hawke's Bay in this game. Strong start to Canterbury in their first at bat.
To the top, boys. That's at the
Here in
top.
the bottom of the second innings with number 10, Joey Flynn up to bat. 3 runs to 1 to Canterbury it is.
Ball.
Out there doing the pitching for Hawke's Bay.
One ball.
Errol McLaren.
One strike.
A lot of new faces to get used to this year in the under-19 grade. Pitching to Caden McCormick.
Two balls, one.
Economical pitching action does McLaren. Hard to believe it's 2024 already, and we're already leaping feet first into the representative season for our 2023-2024 season. As our umpire says, yes, you did swing at that one.
Two balls.
And so
Two strikes.
2 and 2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Joey Flynn. And then he just hits that one softly back to the pitcher, who makes easy work of firing it across to first base, where Cassia Solomon makes the out for the first out here in the bottom of the second innings. Joey Flynn makes way for number 7, Fergus Simcott. And then we'll be back to the top of the shot for Canterbury. The top of their order, Hapani Kumaroa, who excellent bat out to the fence in the outfield. Streaked around to third base, and then on an error from Hawke's Bay was able to scamper home for an in the diamond home run.
Ball.
There we go. Of course, this tournament
Just a bit up that one.
running at the same time as the girls' national tournament
Two balls.
in Palmerston North. Calhoun Ballpark, that'll be at. So all the best to the girls, the ladies, taking part in their national championship. I'll be up there on Sunday, and we'll have the call for the grand final of that tournament.
3 balls.
Ballpark Broadcasting endeavouring to bring you as much live softball as we can this year. And it's always a pleasure to be here, bringing you these pictures and commentary as we see number 7, Fergus Simcott, make his way down to first base. Bringing into bat, top of the order, Hapani Kumaroa, with the runner at 1 for Canterbury. Had the pleasure of interviewing the Canterbury coach earlier here in the
Strike.
booth, JK. And I know that Jason Kumaroa, and I know, of course, that Canterbury worked very hard on the youth development.
1 strike.
and I've always been impressed with the way they bring their players through to the very top echelons of the game. And this young Canterbury side here seems to be no exception to that. Hawke's Bay with their work cut out for them in this one. As you see, a little pop fly
Catch.
by Kumiroa. Nicely taken out there by a second base TK Nuku-Barnes. So Canterbury with a runner at 2 now. And 2 down in the bottom of the second. Up to bat, left-handed, number 11, Raylan Barnes.
Ball. Out.
Watches one go outside the plate. Of course, we all know that Hawke's Bay always produce some very talented sides as well. This one seems to be no exception. And makes up a pop fly out there this time.
Catch.
A lot of ground made by the Hawke's Bay centre fielder Adrian Dixon to make that catch for the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 2nd innings. Nice job done by Hawke's Bay to keep Canterbury out of that one. Canterbury, with 2 complete in this ball game, lead this one over Hawke's Bay by 3 runs to 1. We'll be back with the 3rd innings very shortly.
Your ideas, your plans, your vision for your dream home. At Golden Homes, we work with you to create a home you'll love living in. With total design flexibility, our exclusive gold standard building system and Zog steel framing proven to withstand magnitude 9 earthquake activity, your new Golden Home will have all the strength, comfort and sophistication you've been dreaming of.
It's a better home you'll own. Golden Homes.
Golden Homes. Call 0800 22 22 36.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in the top of the 3rd innings. This ball game is going past quite quickly between Canterbury and Hawke's Bay. In the rush to get going in this one, I neglected to tell you who I am. My name's Gary Rohihi. It's a pleasure to be here. I don't have a collar commentator in this one, so you have the pleasure of just listening to me. As we have a number 35, Te Mairangai Lamont Milner, who has 2 strikes on him.
Ball.
Watches one go over the top for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2. Foul ball, and on the ground too.
Foul tip there, makes it to the ground before the catcher can take it.
Yeah, just drop. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
As you can hear quite clearly in our umpire, who is fully mic'd up out there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just part of the technology that Ballpark Broadcasting and Atiawa Toa FM can bring to the party now. We've got microphones out there that let you know play-by-play or going on behind the plate, the blue. Loud and clear. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Strike!
There's a nice pitch that just scorches down the outside corner of that plate. Strikes out Te Mairangai Lamont Milner. And we go back to the top of the order. For Hawke's Bay is number 8, Bryce Simpson. Very much looking to break this streak. An impressive start by Phoenix Wardell. We weren't live for the first innings, but I can tell you, in innings 2, he recorded 3 straight strikeouts. He's just striked out Lamont Milner to make 4 straight strikeouts. Pulls the strings on that one, takes the speed off it, gets the batter swinging. 2 strikes. So far in this ball game, he's operated ahead of the count throughout his batters. Nice job to fend that one off from Simpson.
Two strikes.
This time he's managed to hit one out. It's well taken at shortstop, but the catch can't be taken. And Bryce Simpson breaks that strikeout streak of Wardell and gets Hawke's Bay going with only 1 down. He's safe at first base. It's going to bring to bat number 36, TK Nuku Barnes. We've already seen Barnes do a nice job out there at second base for Hawke's Bay. Watches the ball go inside for a ball. Pitch go inside for a ball.
Strike!
I have had the pleasure of seeing a number of these
One ball.
young men come through the
One strike.
grades as a commentator. It's good to see them working their way towards the end of their age grade careers and still playing very strongly. TK Nuku Barnes is no exception. I've seen him for a couple of seasons. And in the
One
second
ball,
game
2
of
strikes.
commentary now, I can tell you the talent on display, very promising. TK just pop flies that one back.
Foul ball!
It's going to make it over the fence or into the fence for a foul. As Canterbury infielders converge from left, right and centre to try and take the catch. And the fence beats them to it. There's a little bit of a sprinkling of spectators out there. We've just seen the wind, Wellington's famous wind, start to impose itself a little bit out there, which will make fielding in the outfield interesting. As we see a throw go wild from young Potts at catcher, it's enabling Simpson to make it all the way around to third base. And now Hawke's Bay's turn to exert some pressure on the Canterbury defence.
I got 2 and 2.
There's only 1 down, so TK Nuku Barnes out there on a 2 and 2 count with a runner at 3.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Play.
Hawke's Bay will now be desperate to convert this, just to keep themselves right on Canterbury's tail. Can't get the job done. Is another nice inside pitch from Wardell. He's made a very good job of that inside edge of that plate. And records another strikeout. Bringing to bat number 42 for Hawke's Bay, Noah Rogers. Again, we see that pitch across the inside half of the plate. Too hot for the Hawke's Bay batters to handle so far. Possibly need to make some adjustments on where they're standing in their batter's box.
Double.
As we see Wardell again looking to live on the inside half of that plate. Again, an early count of 2 strikes. Very much a feature of his pitching so far in this ball game.
Ball.
Not much in that one. Rogers did well not to swing at that. It was a pretty good looking pitch from our commentary position, which is directly behind home plate. Possibly a little bit high as we see that little pop fly in front of the pitcher. It hits the ground, it gets bobbled, and lets the runner of third base, Simpson, scamper home for a run. And that keeps Hawke's Bay right in the running. They close the gap, trail Canterbury by 1 at 3 runs to 2.
Good pitch.
Rogers safe at first base. That'll bring to bat number 17, Boston Schoon Walters.
Strike.
There's a strike through the zone as we see
I
the
got
steal.
it, I got it.
The throw goes through to centre field. It's nicely backed up out there by Simcott, who prevents any further damage. And Hawke's Bay being able to exert some pressure on the Canterbury field here. Canterbury field have come up with a couple of errors, one of which has cost them a run. As Hawke's Bay now have the runner at second base.
Ball. 1-1.
And we've seen Wardell in the third innings of this ball game undergoing a little bit of pressure here, as you see him on our screen. Getting ready to rear back and fire another one down through to the catcher.
Same on. Ball.
Tries to move that one a little bit too far over this time.
2 balls. 1 strike.
Canterbury catcher Potts asked the question of the blue, where was that one? And the blue replied, down and in. There's a nice rise ball.
2-2.
Gets the batter following and swinging.
2 balls. 2 strikes. Ball.
And Wardell just keeping the ball away from
3
the middle
balls,
of the
2
zone in
strikes.
this one. He's loaded up the count now. There's a nice hit out to right field. It's one bounce out to the right outfielder there. It's not going to prevent the tying run from coming through. And here in the third innings, Hawke's Bay have done a nice job of coming back in this one. The ball game's all tied up at 3 apiece. Nice job there by Schoon Walters. Fires one out to right field. He's safe at first base himself. That'll bring to bat number 10, Adrian Dixon. He's hit one out to shortstop, who comfortably fields it. Touches the base for the forced out at second, and that's going to end the innings here in the third inning. Hawke's Bay do a nice job of coming back. They close the gap. She's all locked up at 3 apiece. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here to the bottom of the third innings between Hawke's Bay and Canterbury. Diamond 1 action. Oh, there's a fine diving catch. TK Nuku Barnes going to get himself on the highlight reel with a great catch. A scorcher off the bat by Jaden Potts, the Canterbury catcher. Couldn't get past the extended glove of TK Nuku Barnes. A beautiful piece of athletic fielding out there for the first out here in the bottom of the third innings. A real one for the highlights, that one. Beautiful catch. That'll bring to bat number 9. Nokai to Belmont, who lines one out to right field. It's going to land in shallow right field, but he makes plenty of ground and takes that on the full. Comfortably in the end. It just looked like it might have a chance of dropping in no man's land out there. But the right fielder out there in motion. Bryce Simpson very quickly onto that one. Made that catch look a little bit easier than it actually was for the second out.
Strike.
Number 13, Kamai O'Connell, up to bat for Canterbury now. The Wellington wind really beginning to bite out there now. Looks like it might be settling in for the rest of the day. I hope not. No balls and 2 strikes. McLaren pitched himself back into this game after giving up 3 runs to Canterbury in the first innings. Doing a nice job. As we see a rise ball just slightly too high. You probably hear the effect of that wind at times through your microphone out there with the umpire at home plate.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
2 and 2 the call. We see young McLaren working steadily around the zone. Not quite the speed of the Canterbury pitcher, but nice control of his movement, and he's hitting some pretty good spots now. And there's one of them as he hits it straight back to the pitcher, who fields it very sharply. We've seen some good infield fielding out there from Hawke's Bay. 3 down in this one, no impact on the score. It is still 3-3 between Canterbury and Hawke's Bay. We'll bring you more action from Fraser Park Diamonds in just a minute.
What's he up to now?
Probably working on his career.
Oh. What are you up to, Matai?
Reversing.
Have you got your ticket?
Yep. I start a new job driving a forklift on Monday.
I thought you worked in an office.
Don't limit yourself, Brian. It's never too late to make smarter choices. How's Karen?
Take control of your career with Trade Staff.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fraser Park. We were hearing the dugouts in Hawke's Bay and their supporters getting fired up here. 3-3 the ball game is. We're in the 4th innings now. Fully into the middle stanzas of this game. It's been an exciting game. 2 teams that have really been give and take. First it was Hawke's Bay who scored the first run. Canterbury replying with 3 of their own in the bottom of the first innings. Hawke's Bay have scored 2 more to bring it back to level at 3-3.
and a strike inning.
There's a bit of variation in the call from the coaches this time,
On pitch too.
as we see a number 18. It is
One ball, 2 strikes.
Middle.
Cruz Hapuku for Hawke's Bay. Shapes the bunt.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
That pitch low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one's hit hard into the turf. Oh,
I'll check.
again fielded
I'll
by
check in a
third
minute.
base out there.
I'll check.
And
Yeah, I'll
again,
check.
this
I'll check.
time, first base can't handle the
Just
throw.
wait for the ball to come back. Go grab the ball, Phoenix, and I'll call time. Time's out.
And there's a little bit of a conference between our umpires, just deciding.
May have hit his foot. I don't have it. Did you have it? No, you're gonna.
Yeah. So what's happened there, folks? If you probably heard it on the umpire's mic, there is just a conference on whether it may or may not have hit the batter's foot. In which case it would have been a dead ball call, and it had to come back. The question asked by the Canterbury field in that instance. The answer was no. He is safe at first. Is Cruz Hapuku. None down. Cassius Solomon up to bat.
Double.
Number 2 for Hawke's Bay. Hawke's Bay just come up a gear in the last 2 innings. Playing very well at the moment.
Two
Putting
strikes.
Canterbury under all sorts of pressure.
Strike.
There's a nice comeback by Wardell as he records yet another strikeout in the ball game. That is 6th in the last 3 innings alone.
I've got it on the line, over the base, clip on the base.
So he's got it, that ball is in, over the top of third base.
So it's just gone over the base, so a fair ball.
It's a fair ball call. And Hawke's Bay helped themselves to a 2-bagger. Runners now at 2 and 3.
I've got that bouncing over the corner of the base, over the base, which makes it a fair ball.
It looked like it bounced over instead
Yeah.
of...
It's got, because it clipped the line real close to the base and then it's gone over it and then out. So it's a fair ball.
Multiple questions being asked there of fair or foul. The Blue has the final word and he's deemed it a fair ball, which is fair enough.
Ball.
This pitch inside. Hawke's Bay now with an opportunity to make inroads. Still only 1 down.
Ball down.
At bat number 35 to Mairangai Lamont Milner into bat there. Looking to convert.
2 balls.
2 balls, no strikes. Heaps the pressure on top of the shoulders of Phoenix Wardell and the rest of the Canterbury team. This one just outside the plate. Not quite finding those edges that he was finding for the first 3 innings.
3 balls.
Wardell needs to get him back just a little bit. And Hawke's Bay helping themselves to the benefit of that. This one's gone through to the back net.
Safe.
It's not going to stop the runner from coming in to score. Hawke's Bay now take the lead in this one by 4-3 over Canterbury. And Lamont Milner safe at first base. 4-3 it is now. Hawke's Bay leading. They've brought this one back pretty quickly. Runners on the corners still. And let's remind you, it is only one out as we see a cut-off on the throw to 2. Runners now at 2 and 3.
Yeah. 1 strike.
1 down. Top of the order for Hawke's Bay, number 8, Bryce Simpson. Made a nice catch out at right field just a few minutes ago. Now being asked to do the job.
1-1.
Dane, come in.
Well, we heard the Hawke's Bay dugout get fired up at the start of this innings, and rightly so, as we see a nice hitter out to left field. It's going to score another runner for Hawke's Bay. They instigate the rundown at 1. The runner at 3 looking like he didn't quite know how far to come down there. He possibly should have come down a bit further. Just start sowing the old seeds of that'll bring to bed number 36, TK Nuku Barnes.
Strike.
There's a nice pitch on the outside of that plate. Attempted pick-off is unsuccessful. Hawke's Bay
strike.
still with only 1 out. And with runners at 2 and 3.
Oh, that's fine.
Just checking all the numbers there, making sure we're not missing out on any plays.
1 ball. 1
Nuku
strike.
Barnes at bat.
Ball.
Things getting very interesting for Hawke's Bay again.
2 balls, 1.
2 balls, 1 strike. Now Wardell, who's been operating right throughout this ball game, being ahead of the count in the last couple of bats, things have just changed. The last half an innings, he sees one, fires one down the middle. Nuku Barnes will kick himself for not helping himself to that one. Instead he
2
fouled
balls,
off to
2
the
strikes.
first base fence. 2 and 2's the call. Canterbury looking to salvage this one. That one through the middle again. Very interesting times now as the coach calls a conference with his batter.
Time's out. Coach, that's
Coach has had his 1 conference for the innings.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Ready to get back to work.
Ball.
That one inside, left alone by Nuku Barnes, is going to load the
swing.
count. Just a quick update from Diamond 2. Top of the 4th innings over there.
3 balls.
North Harbour comfortably ahead of Waikato in that one by 10 runs to 0. North Harbour over Waikato on Diamond 2. Now we see a nice job with by the shortstop. Forces the runner to go scampering back to third base.
Yeah.
Young Potsy thought perhaps they could have made better of that opportunity. definitely was an opportunity for the out at, for the runner at 3. The upshot of it is now loaded bases. With TK Nuku Barnes sitting out there at first base, still only one out. Loaded bases, and number 42, Noah Rogers, who watches the first pitch go too high for a ball.
Time's up.
And that's prompted now
I
the
got
Canterbury
one.
boys come in and have a conference. And in fact, it's probably the Hawke's Bay runners just making sure they're all on the same page.
One ball.
Here we go, firing up out there it is. The hit's gone to third base. It's taken
Out.
it. It's an automatic out. Oh, and that'll be close as well. At third base as the pickoff is nearly taken. It's called safe. Nice job by Canterbury to defuse that
Hold on.
situation.
Just wait till.
The runner at third base is out. That's not in dispute. We're just waiting for a possible
we
injury
go.
here at third base
Let's
by
go,
the
Catch.
Hawke's Bay.
Did he miss the tag?
No, he's got his left hand.
Still
in
loaded bases for
He's
Hawke's
got the
Bay.
left hand away. Time's out, boys.
Oh, Blake.
This time it's number 17, Boston Schoon Walters. We're going to see a change on the hill for Canterbury.
Canterbury.
As Wardell, who started extremely strongly in this ball game, be fair to say in the last innings and a bit he's been under a little bit of pressure.
12 is in. Straight swap.
He's come in to make way for number 12, Blake Holt.
All right, so change for Canterbury. In the 10 slot. 16
me.
out, 12 in.
So he's in the 6th slot.
In the 10 slot. 16 out and 12 in. Sweet.
So this picture change break brought to you by Ballpark Broadcasting.
Yeah.
Neil one.
Play.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That pitching change was brought to you by Ballpark Broadcasting. Blake Holt out on the mound for Canterbury now, getting ready to go to work
Ball.
on the batting of Boston Schoon Walters.
Come Blake.
Phoenix Wardell was well on top there. Hawke's Bay managed to edge back on top of him. Now lead the ball game by 4 runs to 3. 2 down here in this innings
Strike. That's at the top.
with
boys.
loaded bags.
Yeah, that's the top batter.
Schoon Walters is a very powerful batter,
One ball. One strike.
and Blake Holt a powerful pitcher. Another of the Canterbury pitchers to pitch with power and pace.
Strike.
Pulls the strings on that one, however. Lovely change up through the top of the zone.
One ball. 2 strikes. Let's go. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Let's go.
And there we go. Some evasive action taken by Schoon Walters there as that one comes off, I think, the helmet.
You're up.
They just check on him as you want to do. I'll need to run through a couple of protocols. Make sure the young man's
I
okay.
didn't hear a swearing something.
Are you shouted there for it?
Oh, it's all right, I didn't hear it.
Seems to be pretty good. Ready to go out there. The upshot of that is Hawke's Bay now lead the ball game by 6 runs to 3. So a 3-1 deficit becomes 6-3. Ahead.
Strike!
And a nice job done by Hawke's Bay to get back into this ball game. They still have loaded bags out there.
One strike. 2 balls, 1.
So a tough baptism for Blake Holt out there as he come in to fill in on the mound for Phoenix Wardell. Scoon Walters out there at first base. Complicated looking book at the moment. Number 10, Adrian Dixon out there to bat. He's pop flied one. Looks like it's going right down the throat of a shortstop to make the count. And the third out for what has been a rather dramatic innings. Runs, hit pitch, and finally a out at shortstop. The upshot of it is Hawke's Bay now lead this ball game. A handy lead too it is by 6-3 over Canterbury. We'll be back in just a minute.
What's he up to now?
Probably working on his career.
Oh. Matai? Have you got your ticket?
Yep. I start a new job driving a forklift on Monday.
I thought you worked in an office.
Don't limit yourself, Brian. It's never too late to make smarter choices. How's Karen?
Take control of your career with trade staff.
Yep. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this ball game. It has a seesawed through 4 innings of work. We're in the bottom of the 4th innings now between Hawke's Bay and Canterbury. Canterbury it is up to bat. Canterbury went ahead early in this ball game by 3 runs to 1 over Hawke's Bay. It's been all Hawke's Bay ever since as they've clawed their way back past the deficit all the way to 6 runs to 3. Now everything up to Canterbury as we see Sovereign Taharua Bar
2 strikes.
up to bat for Canterbury.
Strike!
There's a nice pitch on the outside edge of the plate. Straight down the tram line there from Errol McLaren. Nice work. He's gotten stronger and stronger, and he's and more accurate as this ball game's gone on. That'll bring to bat number 5, Dane Jorgensen.
So how much spots, eh? Hit me, my bro. Hit me.
Jorgensen comes in to bat in the 7th spot in the order. He'll be followed by Flynn and Simcott. There you go, he pops the bunt out to third base. Who can't get the job done. That's a nice bait, nice bunt. Shows a clean pair of heels as he scorches down the first base line. to get Canterbury going in this one. Just what they needed. 3 runs in deficit to Hawke's Bay in this ball game. Joey Flynn up to bat. Again, it's McLaren who hits that outside spot on that plate. Starting to own that tram line down the outside of the plate. This time the short game to the fore again, and first base gets left vacant. Canterbury gone to the short game, and it's working for them. Runners now at 1 and 2. Only one down. Simcott up to bat. And we have a beauty coming up for you in the 3 o'clock game. As we see a steal, an effective steal by Canterbury. They've advanced their runners to 2 and 3.
One ball.
Simcott into bat, and then it's the top of their order.
Yep.
I was just about to say it's Auckland going to be taking on Hutt Valley. Next up on this Diamond 1 here at Fraser Park. Once again, it's the bunt. This time it's fielded, but can't make it. There's 1 run's come in, and then 2. So again, Canterbury, the brains trust at Canterbury has completely changed their ball game.
Time's up. Yep.
They've gone to the short game, and it is really working Hawke's Bay's infield over at the moment. They've scored 2 runs. The runner's safe at 1. They're at the top of their order. Hapani Kumaroa. Let's not forget, he scampered around the diamond in the first inning for an in the diamond home run.
You on the 4th? Yeah.
That's prompted the coach come out for Hawke's Bay and just settle things down for them. 6-5 it is now as we see what's becoming a seesawing game. It's all on Canterbury to claw this one back, and they're doing it well at the moment. Still 1 run down.
Let's go, boys. Come on. Come on, catch. Let's go, boys. Come on. Here we go. Let's go, bro. Get in there.
Well, Hawke's Bay just slowing things down a little bit. Trying to break up that roll that Canterbury find themselves on. Some great tactics from the Canterbury coach. This one straight back to the pitcher once again, but it does advance the runner. So Canterbury now with 2 down in this inning have a runner at 2. That it brings to bat number 11, Ryken Barnes. Who has a swing at that one. And it's Hawke's Bay now who are leaving gaps in the field out there as third base is unattended. Free for the steal.
1 strike.
Simcott helps himself to third base. He's now just 90 feet away from home. And the pressure that is seesawing in this ball game now very firmly on the shoulders of Hawke's Bay. And Barnes has hit one through the gap. He's hit one through the gap between second and first. It's gone out to right field, who's put a very hard throw in. Unsuccessful. Ryken Barnes, a nice job. Get himself safe at 2. Scores the runner from 3. Levels this ball game up once again. 6 apiece it is. Jaden Potts, of course, who scorched one out to TK Nuku Barnes in the previous innings. Took a very, very, very athletic catch.
Double.
Once again, it's Canterbury looking for the short game. It's ruled the roost here in the bottom of the 4th innings. Jason Kumadora pulling the strings out there for his team, making the decisions, changing up the ball game. It's gone to the short game, and it's reaped some great rewards as we see the out.
Hold on, please. Still got to play.
The ball's still in play. And Jaden Potts, everyone thought initially he was out. The ump ruled that the foot had dragged off the plate. Potts didn't help his case by starting to head towards 2 and got caught in no man's land and tagged out eventually for the 3rd out of an exciting bottom of the 4th innings. That completes their 4th innings in this one. Canterbury locked the ball game up at 6 apiece. We'll be back in just a minute.
There's some fun out there on I forgot.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fraser Park Ballpark, and we've got a blisteringly hot game going on here between Hawke's Bay and Canterbury. Just an amendment to the scoreboard. A lot of us missed it on that out that wasn't. It is actually Canterbury leading the ball game by 7 runs to 6 over Hawke's Bay. Not 6 all, as I alluded to just a few minutes ago. I wasn't the only one that got caught out on that plate. 7 runs to 6, Canterbury, who've just edged ahead of Hawke's Bay as we see the ball hit comfortably out to shortstop. He fires it across the first base for the first out. And in the context of the last innings, where we saw something like 9 runs scored across the 2 batting lineups, that was rather pedestrian, wasn't it?
2 out and number 9 in.
Just check that number. Is that Cassius that's come out? Okay. And 9's coming.
9, yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
So there, Hapuku was the first out in that innings.
In the 7 slot.
And
2 out.
we are going to have a DP come in and bat for number 2, Cassius Solomon. So in comes Te Waharangi Kingi.
Good to go.
Number 9 for Hawke's Bay. The change has been made by the teams and the umpire. Hawke's Bay dugout fires back up. Worked for them in the last innings. Let's see what they can do here. They enjoyed a short-lived 3-run lead in this ball game. Canterbury turned around and upended that. They now lead the ball game by 1 run over Hawke's Bay. And we have a very, very competitive ball game on our hands. Here in the top of the 5th innings,
Just try. It is at the bottom.
a call on to Waharangi Kingi. 1-1. 1 ball. 1 strike. He goes on that one on the outside of the plate.
1 ball. 2 strike.
Blake Holt coming to pitch for Phoenix Woodell in a white-hot situation, has handled it all pretty well. Looks to hit some good spots. Very well in this case as he strikes out the pinch hitter. Kingi makes his way back to the dugout. has the second out here in the top of the 5th innings. He'll make way for Caden McCormack, number 13 for Hawke's Bay. Hawke's Bay put a very competitive outfit, obviously, here in this tournament. Definitely making sure Canterbury don't have things their own way. Battling very hard.
2 balls. Ball.
This time it's Hutt who gets behind the count.
3 balls.
3 balls, no strikes. Here we go. That's a nice job done by McCormack with 2 down and no one on base. He's earned the walk.
Time's up. Temporary runner, I think. Temporary runner at 1.
So we go back to the last out for the runner at 1, who was the pinch hitter, Te Waharangi Kingi.
Play.
And into bat number 35. Te Mairangai Ramont Milner.
Strike!
Watches that one go across the outside half of the plate for a strike.
Good, Blake. Keep it there.
1 ball. 1 strike.
Keep it there. Let's go. Good, Blake. Good, Blake.
Ball up.
Up high. Potts couldn't handle it. Should have slid. The runner goes to 2, gets tagged out. Nice throw in the end by Potts, right on the mark. Initially dropped it, recovered pretty fast. Little bit of lazy running, he should have slid. Got to give yourself an opportunity. Gets tagged running through for the 3rd out here in the innings. No change in the scoreboard. It's Canterbury, the slimmest of leads. 7 runs to 6 over Hawke's Bay. We'll be back in just a minute.
Your ideas, your plans, your vision for your dream home. At Golden Homes, we work with you to create a home you'll love living in. With total design flexibility, our exclusive gold standard building system and Zog steel framing proven to withstand magnitude 9 earthquake activity, your new Golden Home will have all the strength, comfort and sophistication you've been dreaming of.
It's a better home you'll own. Golden Homes.
Golden Homes. Call 0800 22 22 36.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this very exciting game in Fraser Park, Ballpark, I should say. Get all that out in one sentence. Canterbury with the narrowest of margins over Hawke's Bay on Diamond 1. They lead the game by 7-6. Up to bat, number 9, Nukai de Malmonch. And what has been a very, very exciting game across 5 innings of softball now as we're in the 5th inning. There's one that's gone straight up in the air. It's heading out towards left field, and I do not envy that young gentleman under that in this wind. But he takes it and takes the out. And it's Hawke's Bay. It's like a game of chess. So their move. And they need to shut Canterbury down in this one and look to score a run. At least one to come back in this one over Canterbury. Nice pitch once again from the impressive Errol McLaren. Done a great job for his team out there. Through now into his 5th inning of work.
1 strike.
That one's a little bit too far outside.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Nice operation from the Hawke's Bay battery. The catcher, McCormack, did a nice job of calling the shots for his pitcher as we see Canterbury can persist with his short game.
Foul.
This time it just manages to find its way to foul territory. Be interesting to see what coach Kumiroa pulls out of his playbook shortly.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
As he'll be looking to start ticking up or ticking off the insurance runs.
Ball. 2-2.
Hey, you got that spot, eh? Bring it down.
This one has gone out to shallow right field.
Catch.
It has gone all the way to right field as he comfortably takes that one in front of him for the second out. That'll bring to bat number 8, Sovereign Taharu Aba. With 2 down. Two down and none on base. Hawke's Bay it is, who'll be looking to close this one out. As we see that hit.
Foul ball.
Bobbles down the third base line before going foul.
One ball.
Hawke's Bay definitely will be looking for their opportunity to come back. They've managed to do it in this ball game on a couple of occasions, both teams, in a seesawing ball game.
Strike.
Once again, we see McLaren hitting that outside tram line.
2 strikes.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
Turn 2.
Hit me, bro. Hit my spot, eh?
Here we go. Taharu Aba fouls that one back. Count will stay the same.
2 balls,
2 balls,
2
2 strikes. Loads up the count. Does
3
McLaren.
balls, 2 strikes.
McLaren rears back, gets ready to fire it in again. He's going to walk the batter on this occasion. Nice job of picking the walk there by Taharu Aba. Keeps Canterbury going here in the bottom of the 5th innings. That'll bring to bat Jorgensen. Jorgensen, we got him out himself on base in the previous innings.
Ball.
Puts a bit of self-preservation into that one as we see Atiawa Toa help himself to a steal at second base.
1 ball.
Fouls that one back. Diamond 1 action it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hawke's Bay taking on Canterbury in what's become a nail-biting affair. Things have just settled down in the last half an inning. We saw a lot of action in the previous innings. But now we see that one go past. The outstretched glove of the catcher. It's going to let the runner. Safe at 3.
Yep.
90
One
feet
ball.
away from home
2
with
strikes.
Jorgensen up to bat. Pressure now back on Hawke's Bay. The equation for them quite simple. They need this out. As we see Jorgensen foul that one back over the fence. Swung hard into that one.
1-2.
As I say, very soon, when the completion of this game, we'll be having Diamond 1 action will continue with Auckland taking on Hutt Valley in what should be an excellent game. Jorgensen fouls another one into the fence. He's making McLaren work for this one. He's thrown quite a few into the zone.
1 ball. 2 strikes.
That one's hit back to McLaren, who for about the 5th time in this ball game fields it and takes a 3rd out. There's a nice work there as Jorgensen becomes a 3rd out here in the bottom of the 5th innings. We'll head to the 6th innings with Canterbury, a very slim lead over Hawke's Bay by 7 runs to 6. We'll be back with more action in just a minute.
I got top of 6. Yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're now in the 6th innings of work here with Canterbury taking on Hawke's Bay. Diamond 1 action at Fraser Park Ballpark, the middle of the beautiful Hutt Valley. Where the sun is shining, the wind is blowing. The Putokawas are in fine bloom out on the fence there. And we've got a very tight ball game. Canterbury leading by 7 runs to 6 over Hawke's Bay. We're in the latter stages of this ball game. Very shortly we're going to have a couple of special guests in the booth. But at the moment, number 35, Te Marangai Lamont Milner,
Just about out, Jake.
up to bat for Hawke's Bay. Once he's done, we'll be back to the top of the shop with number 8, Bryce Simpson.
4 balls. 4 balls. 4 balls.
Here we go. Lamont Milner walks his way down to first base. That'll bring to bat top of the order, number 8, Bryce Simpson. Thanks, mate.
Strike.
Counties.
Come Blake.
Put them on. Yeah, the same way as mine. Put your microphone down.
Ball.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We're just installing our special guests into the booth. That's why you're hearing me talk apparently to somebody else while I'm not talking to you. 1 ball and 1 strike on Bryce Simpson. And just while we're taking a break there, we've got a couple of special guests in the booth. I'll just activate their mics and say hello to, as we see a pop fly, shortstop's going back for it. He's fallen on his back. He couldn't take it. I don't envy him not being able to take it. It means the runner has been caught in no man's land and becomes the first out. Lamont Milner and Simpson safe at first base. So welcome to the booth to Cohen Bailey and Brooklyn Takawa from Counties Manukau. I'm good, mate. And you boys, all good?
Yeah, all good.
You come fresh from a game?
Good, yeah, just off Hutt Valley Development.
Here we go.
Hutt Valley Development. How'd you get on?
Let's go, boys. Here we go.
Ended up winning 8-1. So
8-1?
Yeah.
Walked into you.
Against Hutt Valley Development. They've got not too bad a squad.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, and how's just for the listeners out there, Cohen can go first. Just give us a quick outline of your softball background, where you play, who you play for, and position.
I play Counties Manukau, obviously. I play for Harbour now.
Yep.
For Prem's comp out there for Roosters. Yeah, originally from Counties, from Bombers Association in Counties.
Nice.
And yeah, play shortstop second. Yeah.
Awesome. Brooklyn.
Just recently moved up to Auckland from Hutt Valley. I used to play for Hutt City United and under 19s Hutt Valley.
One strike.
I thought I recognised your name from this area of the woods. What position do you play?
Left field and first base.
Oh, nice one. Very early in the tournament. Have you guys had another game today?
We had Canterbury first, 9 o'clock game.
And how'd that go?
Ended up losing 3-0, but no, still pretty good game.
Nice and close. Sounds like you guys are pretty competitive.
Yeah.
The squad's looking pretty good.
Yeah, looking decent. It's all right. Yeah, not too bad.
2 balls.
Who's your coaches?
1 strike.
Jack and Aaron.
Jack and Aaron. Did your whole family move up Brooklyn?
No, just me, because I went there when my grandfather was sick, and then I ended up staying there with my nan.
Oh, nice one. Good on you. Good to see you stayed in the ball game as well. Now, did you mention who you play for up in
2 balls, 2 strikes.
I play for Bombers now.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned Bombers. Well, it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, we've got this ball game moving on a little bit. And I've lost my screen, but 7-6, still the score to Canterbury. And whereabouts are you staying in the Hutt Valley? Staying in the Hutt.
Our team?
Yeah, your team.
We're 10-15 minute drive from here.
Oh, okay. Did you arrive today or did you arrive yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, no. Nice. As we see the innings conclude there, who's your next, you finished for the day, who's your first opponent tomorrow?
We got first one. We have a game today at 5 o'clock against Wellington.
Okay. And what about you guys' careers? What are you looking to do? Yeah. I mean, has you got any goals outside of playing for Canterbury, County? Sorry.
No, not really. Just want to make another NZ team or NZ team, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. What about you, Brooklyn?
You're basically the same. Just make the up-and-coming New Zealand teams and hopefully the Black Sox one day.
Oh, good on you. There's nothing wrong with having those sorts of ambitions in our ball.
10 out, 20 in. Cool, thank you.
All right, fellas, that's probably going to be us as we look to wind into the end of this ball game. Nice to see you after arriving early from your ball game.
Sweet,
it was pretty quick. We're running a little bit behind schedule here on Time and One, so thanks for coming along. They've had to listen to me for 6 innings because I haven't had a colour commentator. So you guys are welcome to stay and chip in if you want.
All
right, fellas. Cheers very much for that.
Thank you.
Slot. Bye.
In the 1 slot, 8 out.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We've just got the umpires updating the changes to be made. We've got Canterbury up to bat in what will be the bottom of the 6th innings. Number 10, Joey Flynn, is being subbed out.
So in the 9 slot.
And you're going to see
7
number
out,
20,
20 in.
Campbell Codroy, come into bat as a pinch hitter. Nice to hear from the boys at Counties. They look like they're going pretty well.
Let's go.
A nice win to them over Hutt Valley Development in the previous game. And sounds like what was a pretty close game against Canterbury earlier today.
Strike!
Just emphasises the fact that a lot of the teams in this tournament are pretty closely matched. So it'll be anyone's guess as to who's going to go deep in this tournament until we see a lot more of the action and the teams coming through. The next game will, of course, provide us with a bit of insight into that as we see a big fly ball out to left foul territory. And that game, of course, is going to be Auckland versus Hutt Valley.
Yep.
The Hutt Valley supporters already beginning to rally in the stands
Ball coming in.
and looking to support their team, as they always do so vocally and well.
2 strikes.
2 strikes here on Campbell Codroy. Here in the bottom of the 6th innings. Canterbury continue to cling now to a 1-run lead over Hawke's Bay. Hawke's Bay, whose bats have just gone a little bit quiet since the introduction of Blake Holt onto the mound for Canterbury.
1 ball 2.
Will be looking to claw this run back if they can keep Canterbury quiet in this innings.
Nice call, it. Good call.
There's Errol McLaren continues to do the job on the mound out there for Hawke's Bay. Records another strikeout. This time it was the pinch hitting of Campbell Codroy. That'll bring to bat number 7, Fergus Simcott for Canterbury. Managed to get himself on base in the previous inning. As we see one go over the top. Off the glove of catcher Caden McCormick. The battery out there, a pitcher catcher, have done extremely well for Hawke's Bay. Continue to do a good job. There's a nice pitch as that ball drops onto the outside corner of the plate.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike's the call on Simcott in this one, as we have Hawke's Bay continuing to go to work here.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Canterbury back in the 4th innings. Changed things up completely when they introduced a short game and managed to come back from a 3-run deficit to a 1-run lead over Hawke's Bay as McLaren records yet another strikeout. We go to the top of the order for Canterbury. Hapani Kumiroa coming into bat. We saw that short game to great effect by Canterbury to the tune of 4 runs. Hawke's Bay, however, the battery of McLaren and McCormack seem to have made the adjustments they need just to quieten things down and stop Canterbury from getting so many bodies on the base, which is what you need to do. As we see a swing, a hard swing,
Double
into foul territory by Kumiroa.
One ball, 1 strike.
It's the Hawke's Bay fans and the Hawke's Bay dugout that continue to remain vocal as they keep fighting in this one.
Foul ball! Foul ball!
There's nothing in it as that ball just jumps over the red base at first for a foul.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Kumiroa very much looking to hit that outside pitch now, which is part of the plate that has been owned out there by McLaren in the course of this game. He's managed to hit that tram line with regularity. He's thrown a one into the dirt there.
Two and two.
2 balls and 2 strikes. This is now the bottom of the 6th inning. And Kumiroa is making McLaren work hard in this one. He's thrown a lot of pitches.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
This one's hit out to shortstop, who takes it comfortably. Fires it across the diamond to first base for the out. That being the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 6th innings.
Just confirming.
And ladies and gentlemen, this very, very tight ball game continues. As we head into the last innings, there's only 1 run in it. It's Hawke's Bay. However, we're going to have to score that 1 run in this innings, or we could just see an outcome in Canterbury's favour. We'll be back to find out what happens in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the final innings of this ball game, and it's up to Hawke's Bay to bridge the very narrow gap that exists between these two teams. Canterbury leading this one by 7 runs to 6. It's been a seesawing affair right from the get-go, with Hawke's Bay opening in the bottom of the top of the first innings. They went up 1-0 over Canterbury, came back in the bottom of the first innings to lead it 3-1. It was then Hawke's Bay who came back in the later innings to take the lead by 6 runs to 3 over Canterbury. And then Canterbury, who completely changed up their game, who overhauled that deficit and now enjoy a slim 1-1 lead over Hawke's Bay. 7 runs to 6. It is. At bat now is a number 42, Noah Rogers, for Hawke's Bay. And he will be followed in the on-deck circle by number 17, Boston Schoon Walters. That one hit hard back at the pitcher. Gets a glove on it, doesn't catch it, but still manages to take the batter out at first base. Blake Holt, the pitcher.
Yeah, I've got hand. Yeah, no.
That was a hard hit. He did well to get a glove on it.
Get a glove.
Very, very nice play.
Yeah, just panic.
By Blake Holt out there, the pitcher. Off that very well hit ball by Rogers.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I That's not what you need
a
then.
little bit higher, and he'd have been
He's good now.
Oh, yeah.
You see, he doesn't remember it. So
looking at being safe at 1, possibly 2.
Play.
However, he's back in the dugout as the first out, and that brings to bat number 17, Boston Schoon Walters, who took some major evasive action in the previous innings after wearing a ball to the helmet. Was safe at first base. This time he's pop flied one into shallow centre field. That is a nice diving catch by the left fielder out there. What a great job done by Dane Jorgensen out there to cover some ground and make a diving two-handed catch, might I say. A diving two-handed catch. There's no way that ball was coming out of there. So there's been a few highlight plays out there today. We saw Nicky Barnes take a diving catch at second base, while that one was every bit as good out at left field. Canterbury now 1 out away, and Hawke's Bay maybe 1 swing away. And that swing looking to be provided by number 10, Adrian Dixon.
2 balls.
Good start to him. He's got 2 balls and no strikes. Holt's done a great job since he's come in. There was some momentum. As we see a ball hit, third base Kate's it. No mistake as he fires it across the diamond. Takes the out of first base. And that's a very nice job done in the end by Canterbury to close this one out by 7 runs to 6 over a very gallant Hawke's Bay. Hawke's Bay, who fought them every single step of the way in what was a seesawing affair. And if that's an example of the sort of games we're going to get on Diamond 1, then tune in for more.
Cheers, boys.
But for this one, game 6 of the schedule, Canterbury won it over Hawke's Bay by 7 runs to 6. For Ballpark Broadcasting, you've been listening to me, Gary Rahihi. Don't forget to tune in to the next game, which of course is Hutt Valley and Auckland. Ought to be an absolute thriller between those two fine associations. A long history of softball between those two. Rivalry. But for now, it's Canterbury that get the win in this one. Here in the first day of the Under-19 National Championships. We've already seen some great action here on Diamond 1, and we are looking forward to more in just a minute. But for me, Gary Rahihi, Ballpark Broadcasting, and for Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper, doing the video switching on this one, I want to thank you so much, and we'll be back very shortly.